I love Steve Weatherford. Even before he let me try on his Super Bowl ring, if you haven't seen the picture, After Hours CBS, he sat down with me at our CBS Sports Radio set, and I started out by asking him, now going through Radio Row as a player versus going through it as a member of the media, how different does it feel to him?
It's the energy here. The energy more than anything else, and the anticipation brings back so many fond memories because, the fun part about all of this hype up to the game is there's going to be 53 people Sunday night whose last name are going to change. And what I mean when I say that is it's not going to be Cam Newton anymore. It's not going to be Peyton Manning anymore. One of those guys are going to change their last name to Cam Newton, Super Bowl champion, or Peyton Manning, two-time Super Bowl champion. So that's, and I've experienced that, and I understand the gravity and the weight that has in your life, and how my life has changed since I was a part of the New York Giants Super Bowl team in 2011 and 12. And it's such a blessing. It's a lot of fun. And, if I could impart any wisdom to any of these players that are playing in this game this week and trying to get rid of a lot of the distractions, but still at the same time soak up the energy and the atmosphere and the moment of being on the greatest stage in all of pro sports, is take lots of pictures and lots of videos, and then when you win the game, go back and look at them and enjoy that moment. Because if you get caught up in all the hoopla and the excitement and the cameras and the interviews and you don't win the game, it's going to be a really nasty period of your life, and you won't remember it fondly. But you want to stay focused on the game, because the reason that you're in San Francisco for Super Bowl 50 is to win it.
So how did your life change when your last name became Steve Weatherford, Super Bowl champ?
Well, I just kind of slurred all together. It's not Steve Weatherford, Super Bowl champion. I want to make sure I get that Super Bowl in there right away. So I'm Steve Weatherford, Super Bowl champion. But yeah, it's changed in so many different ways and in amazing ways. To me, becoming a Super Bowl champion is gasoline. Whatever you were into previous to getting that title, it's just going to magnify them. It's, if you're a flame and somebody throws gasoline on you, you're just going to become bigger. So if you were somebody who was philanthropically inclined and you had a mission statement to affect this demographic of people, and you get that title, that gasoline, then at that point your reach and your ability to get in front of different crowds and speak to different people, and what you say resonating with people because you have that talent or because you have that title, that is what's changed for me. I've had a lot of passions in my life and things that I've wanted to do, but until I got that title, I wasn't able to get that door opened in my life, and now I am.
Well, then how in the world does your 3-year-old daughter have 15,000 people following her Instagram account when she has not yet won a Super Bowl?
Because she's much cuter, prettier, and funnier than I am. It took me 4 years as a professional athlete to break the 10,000 follower mark, and she did it in 7 days. So I don't know, man. She's Insta famous. We'll go to the mall sometimes in New Jersey, where I was a part of a team that won a Super Bowl, and walking around, and sometimes I'll wear a hat and not get recognized, and I'll be walking with her, and people will be like, "Are you Rara?" And they'll come up to my daughter and ask for her picture of her and not even notice that I'm standing right there and I am a Super Bowl champion, but they don't care.
So Steve Weatherford won a ring with the Giants. He let me try it on. I have to cover my eyes. It's so beautiful and blingy.
I brought sunglasses in my bag. You can have those, but don't steal my shine.
Tom Coughlin's no longer the head coach. Previous conversations you and I have had, I know that you view him almost as much like a father as you did like a coach. What did he mean to you in your career, and what do you think now that he's not the coach of the Giants?
It breaks my heart because it's an end of an era. The time that it really sat in for me, that Tom Coughlin is not the captain of the ship anymore over in East Rutherford at the practice facility, is when I walked in and I looked down at my Apple Watch, which is the satellite time, and I look at the clock in the building, and the clock in the building is no longer set 5 minutes fast. And that was a big thing for Tom Coughlin. Things have officially changed over there when the clocks went from being 5 minutes ahead to on time. So he's just meant so much to me, and I've grown so much more as a person, a husband, a father, a community leader, and, an inspiration to other people because of the knowledge that he's given me. Like people, on Instagram or Twitter or on Facebook will send me messages from time to time, and it really makes my day. They're like, you're such an inspiration to me, but I almost feel like a fake because the inspiration that I'm giving people through social media, whether it's in fitness or in life or in parenthood, they're things that I learned from Tom. So I'm really just kind of, anytime he spoke, I was like a sponge and I soaked everything up. And then when I go on social media, I just kind of regurgitate everything that these people in my life has said, and people draw so much inspiration for. But the thing is, and why I'm so blessed is when I had the opportunities to learn from these incredible people, I soaked it up. I took notes. I wrote everything down. And now I'm able to kind of take the culmination of all these different mentors in my life, make them part of my own life, but then also share it with other people, because it's great to be successful, but it's more important and more life fulfilling to be able to help other people find the same success that you have.
All right, last thing, because you got a million of these media responsibilities going on.
Yeah, but listen, I'm very busy and time is limited, but if things in your life are important for you,
thank you.
You will make the time, and I am making the time for Amy Lawrence, my longtime friend.
Yes, so we don't often see each other in person. It's usually over the phone and on the radio, so this is awesome.
Makes my day.
But the NFL is a juggernaut. There are a lot of storylines that swirl around the league that are negative. Generally, people are rubberneckers, so negative gets more attention anyway. And yet, the sport itself continues to grow. New audience members, 63 million people watched the fourth quarter of the Broncos-Patriots. Why? You're in the middle of this fraternity. Why is it almost like an unstoppable force?
Well, I mean, it's the greatest team sport there is in the world. People will argue that it's, the European football, but it's global. That's why we're starting to play games in Europe, and I think eventually the natural evolution of this game.
Don't say it. No Super Bowl in Europe.
We're going to have. I think that's part of it, but I think eventually we're going to have an NFL franchise in Europe.
Wow.
And then from there, I think it's just going to continue to branch out. And so I think you have the AFC and you have the NFC. Well, I think it's going to turn into the ESC. I think you're going to have franchise conferences that are in Europe. And that's the evolution of the game. And I know I'm not the first person to bring this up, but I do believe that is, in 20, 30 years, as long as we can maintain the integrity of the game, continue to grow the popularity. But I think the one thing that is holding the NFL back right now from massive growth and stealing athletes away from other sports growing up is the safety of the game. So if we can find a way to continue to make it safer and try to pull out brain trauma as much as we can, I don't see in 25 years when we won't have an EFC as well.
When you were in the locker room, is that a major concern? I hear from some players who now and then will speak about it, but is it something that people really are worried about when they're in the middle of playing the game?
For the people that have the foresight of life after football, absolutely.
Okay.
The most recent example that I can make is Justin Tuck. When he got back from Oakland this offseason and we connected over a workout, of course, I sat with him and I'm like, hey, you want to start training with me, man? I'd love to help you get ready for next season. How's your body feeling? What's ailing you? What do you want to improve? Your agility, your flexibility, your strength. He's like, right now I'm just kind of soul searching on whether or not, I want to continue this journey. And I was like, well, kudos to you. Why? And he said, I have the ability to leave this game healthy with my body feeling pretty good considering 11 years and my mind feeling great. What more do I have to prove? And I'm like, dude, two Super Bowls, multi-million dollars, a beautiful family. Why not give them the greatest gift you can? More important than money is having you there, but not just there, brain dead.
All there.
There and present while your body is there as well.
At Weatherford 5, I'm not going to give your little 3-year-old's Instagram. I can't.
Yeah. Why not? It's Ra-Ra's Playhouse. RARAS Playhouse.
Add to her 15,000 and growing followers. It's so good to see.
She's way more entertaining than I am. I'm educational and inspirational. She's just entertaining. It's awesome.
We're going to tweet a picture of the ring and the suit and the matching Argyle socks.
Why
you
not?
are a vision, Steve. Thanks so much
Well, you
for
know what?
stopping
It was
by.
a vision walking in here today and seeing you, because usually our relationship is strictly phone. Now we can actually have some intimacy. Don't take that the way that you guys are taking it right now.
Not on Radio Row. Thanks, Steve.
All right. Thanks, Amy.